Welcome to the Just Pull the Trigger podcast.
We talk to people who have made the pivot, whether in business, career or life.
And find out what happens when you stop overthinking and just go for it.
Today, we're chatting to Harry from Garage Style Flooring. In the episode, Harry discusses the power of influencer marketing, how important it is to be early on a social media platform, and why he had the pre-lay jitters before fitting Jake Paul's garage. All this to come on Just Pull the Trigger.
So, like, your content stuff is really cool because it's like before and after, isn't it?
Yeah, I think that really helped. Like when we first started, Instagram was all about pictures.
Yeah.
So we didn't know what we were doing, but just started posting like pictures every day of jobs we're doing. And I think where it's so visual, it was just perfect for Instagram, the before and after. It's like a 1 day makeover, but all the colours, and it just went from like dusty garage to like completed within a few hours. So it was like the perfect for that before and after.
And it's like nowadays with Instagram and sort of editing, you could do it in really cool ways, can't you? Like
so now it's obviously like a lot more videos. Yeah. But it's gone the other way. When we first started, we were like introducing the odd video and then never get views and likes. Right. So we were just like always sticking to photos. Yeah. But a few clients were like, you need to do the videos. And then so we just kept trying, and then we just came up with that concept. And now it's the other way around. Like if we post a picture, it does nowhere near the reach as a video gets.
Yeah, I just don't think people are interested in photos.
Yeah, I think it's just changed as a platform as well. Like since TikTok came out, they just wanted to copy that concept, and it's like they just give a reach to all the reels now.
Yeah. And do you boost the posts, or is it just organic?
No, so it's all organic.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have boosted, like when I first started, we used to boost the odd one. Yeah. But what scares me now, because we've got good organic reach, once you start doing paid ads on there, everyone says it takes away that reach, because as soon as you stop paying, it's like they want you to pay again. So they're kind of.
Do you think they've hooked into the payment? So they.
Yeah, I don't know how true that is, but that just because we've got good organic reach, it's like it's not worth risking it.
I reckon there's probably some truth to that, because like if you think about it from a business point of view, like Instagram, they're just like, why? Like if you did paid for a year,
you show you're willing to pay.
Yeah, you show you're willing to pay, and then you stop it, they're probably going to go, right, let's just tank his engagement for like 3 months, and you shit yourself and start doing ads.
So I think it's good. It's worth a go if you haven't got the organic reach, but it just worries me that you might hurt that at the same time.
Yeah, and a lot of your stuff has been from celebrity endorsements and stuff.
Yeah, so early on we were doing Instagram, like I say. So I was doing Instagram for one of my dad's companies, like just the crafting tools. Yeah. So we were posting that. So I knew a bit about Instagram, but I'm like the worst person with computers. If you, like, I'd never use a computer every day on my iPad and phone. Yeah. Obviously I know my way around social media, but technology. So I didn't know what I was doing. I was just posting stuff and learning what was working. And then quite early on, Yanamized, you know, the car wrapping company.
I don't know Yanamized, but I've heard of him.
Yeah, so Yanni from Yanamized put out on Twitter, I think it was, that he needed a new floor in his workshop. And again, I didn't even know who he was at the time, but my brother saw it and like sent it through to me and said, you should speak to this guy. He's asking for flooring in his wrapping workshop. So I tried messaging him on every platform, didn't get any reply. And then through a mutual friend, I found out that I had his car wrapped and knew him. I said, can you put a word in? And they ended up saying, come down. So I pulled up outside. I think there's about 20 people stood out there. They're all filming, and I didn't even know which one Yanni was. So I was just kind of standing there watching them film.
Just get up to each one.
Yeah. And then, just like, the first thing he said is like, I don't want anything for free, but do me a good deal and I'll look after you. And I didn't even know how that looked, but measured it all up, gave him a good price. And he was like, yeah, do it over Christmas when we're shut. So I think we literally did it on like Boxing Day. And as soon as we pulled up in the van, I was a one-man band, so I had like 2 friends with me that I just paid for to come along. He did a story of us pulling up in the van and tagged it on Instagram. And I was there. I think like we were just opening the pallets of tiles, getting ready, and my phone was just ringing off the hook. Really? And straight away I was like, bloody hell, we're never going to get this floor laid, because the other 2 didn't really know what they were doing. I was just on the phone trying to answer customers. Straight away I went upstairs to Yanni. I was like, bloody hell, like my followers were just going through the roof on Instagram, messages coming through. So I was like, that was just off the first story, us pulling up. And then obviously he'd done a load more content. That, like, the Instagram started blowing up and other people started reaching out. So obviously he's friends with a load of celebrities. So people that had seen it, I think straight away 2 other people popped a message, and it was never a freebie, but it was always like, do us a deal and we'll promote you. And then that just became our concept. Once we saw the power of it, it was like, right, who else can we work with? Yeah. And it kind of.
So is it a lot of cold outreach to celebrities?
So no, most of the time they come to us, because when we do one, it normally snowballs to others. We have outreach to certain people if we see someone like looking for or like they move house and you can tell the garage needs doing. But yeah, we're quite lucky that a lot of them come to us where they've seen us do other stuff in the past. They can see we're trusted and we're not going to send the address anywhere.
Yeah. Your biggest effective one was it Mrs. Hinch?
Mrs. Hinch, yeah, who's like cleaning influencer, but like her reach is like, we've done people with a lot more followers, but her reach is just mental. And where it's all like homeowner, like people interested in a home, yeah, it's just, again, when she promoted that, it just went through the roof.
And so a lot of it, I suppose it depends on their engagement and their audience. I mean, if it was massive, you do it for free, right?
Yeah, it depends on who it is and what they want as well. Because the thing is, it's not like a one-size-fits-all product. Like someone will come along and they've got like a whole warehouse. And they're like, we want to do a collab, and it's like you're paying for it. But if it was someone big enough and they're not after,
you just did one of the utility room or something.
Yeah, because it all depends. Like a lot of the time, people will come to us and they'll say like, I want to get the garage done. We'll quote it and say like, it should be a few grand, whatever it normally is. But instead of them just paying us that, half the time we'll put a deal together and say, look, it should be $3,000, but if you're happy to do X, Y, and Z, we'll reduce it. And you get some, we're doing one next week. I can't even say who it is because the way the deal's gone, but we quoted it. Then we said, and they're massive. It's like just moved into a £20 million house in Surrey.
Tell me afterwards.
Yeah. And that massive reach on socials, but they came to us and then we tried to put a deal together, say, look, we'll do it for this price if you can just do a couple of stories while we're there.
Yeah.
And they were like, no, we'd rather just pay for it.
Really?
Yeah, which was surprising. So
I suppose like if you're that massive, and they don't want, maybe they just don't want that sort of thing on it.
And the thing is, like, so we do a lot like that where we can't even show it. We sign an NDA. But yeah, we're quite lucky that a lot of them come to us, and it's like we'll put a deal together if we think it's worthwhile.
It's a bit like with the guitar strings and stuff. I mean, I know that like Coldplay, they can get as many as they want, but they pay for them.
Yeah,
like even though it's like not a lot, but like it's nothing. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, but it's because they just don't want to. They don't want.
They don't want to hassle.
Which I think is cool, to be honest with you. Some people want something for free, you know.
And I suppose it depends how expensive it is as well. And normally, what you'll find, the people that want everything for free, their page is just saturated with like freebies, so no one really buys into it.
Yeah, so there's no like sincerity there, is there? Do you know what I mean?
If you saw someone who like never does paid adverts, say like these guys just did my garage, everyone's like go and check it out. The people that are every day promoting all different random stuff, they're like, it's just another paid ad. So I think that's why Mrs. Hinch was good, because she just doesn't do like freebie advertising. Like we've gone back to her like nearer the time, we were going back with people who, we didn't do garage doors at the time. Someone straight away that we knew was like, I'll give her a free. It's like she did a video sweeping all the leaves out of the garage because there was a big gap under the door.
Right.
So like the floor was all laid and there was just all stuff blowing under the door. Someone was like, we'll give her like a state of the art electric garage door. So I messaged them and they were like, no, we're not interested. And loads of times people obviously come to us saying, can you introduce us? We'll gift her this or that. And we speak to Jamie, her husband, quite a lot, but they're always just like, no, we're all right. And I think that's why it works well, because they don't just saturate the page.
I mean, I think you're absolutely bang on there, to be honest with you. Like, if it's just you can tell when someone's like, a mercenary for it. Do you know what I mean? Just like, they're doing it for.
Yeah, because then there's no like trust that it's actually a good product. You're just like,
they're getting paid.
Yeah, they're getting paid, or I had a freebie, and so I think it has gone that way. Obviously, when we first started, it wasn't really a massive thing like influencer marketing.
No.
So it kind of, obviously now it's a lot bigger, but it used to work a lot better than it did.
I would have thought you probably another sort of avenue, not necessarily like the higher celebrities, but you've got a lot of these people who have like done their home up and they've got like 300,000 followers or something like that.
Yeah, and half the time it's like people like that might even work better. We've got one who's got their own like affiliate code. And, like I think she only had maybe like 20,000-30,000 followers. She did a video, I think it got 1 million views, but that code still gets used 2 years later, and like the revenue that's come off that code is
that's
crazy.
just e-commerce, straight out the door. And sometimes you're better off with someone who's got the reach or got the like organic following and getting the engagement, rather than someone who's got a big number there but saturated page. Yeah, very true.
So what other avenues have you explored outside of sort of Instagram for advertising?
Yeah, so the Instagrams we put a lot of time into. We're also on TikTok, so we were really early on TikTok. Didn't have a clue what it was. Someone that I knew who owns a big car brand was like, get on TikTok, and I was just posting like car videos, because when we go to all the shows we've always got videos of different cars and stuff, so I was just posting that thinking that's what everyone wanted to see, and they were doing all right. Run out of stuff to post, so just banged a video together of us like knocking a tile in, and it just blew up, and I was like, bloody hell, I've got loads of them videos. So that works really well, and we were so early on it just grew really fast. So we spend a lot of time on TikTok now. I think that's our biggest platform.
Really?
Not for lead gen, but follower wise.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose it's quite good. Again, it's the before and after thing is quite TikTok quite, isn't it? Yeah.
And then we do YouTube. We're taking YouTube more seriously now, doing like actual vlogs rather than all the short form stuff.
Yeah.
But we do it all: Pinterest, Snapchat, LinkedIn. So,
Are you the face of it a lot of the time?
I used to be, but I'm not on the installs now. So normally it's Adam or Ollie or one of the fitters. I do like the vlog stuff. We film stuff in the office as well. So I do try to be where I can. But obviously install wise, I'm never really there unless it's like a celebrity or like a big brand we're working with.
And when you're doing the vlogs, what essentially are they about? Is it just day to day?
Yeah, we're trying to do like a weekly vlog, just showing like a bit of the office.
Yeah.
Even stuff like this, going on podcasts. Getting out, doing surveys for interesting people, and then just featuring some of the jobs, because we'll do like 10 to 15 installs a week.
Right.
So we just try and film like the best ones of the week where we can, but sometimes we don't know what's going to be there till we turn up, so it's hard to pick those out.
So day to day, you're not really like you're not on the tools anymore.
No, just office based. Yeah. So don't get a chance to get that content. But the guys are pretty good at filming stuff. And
do you prefer that these days, or did you like being out?
I did like being out and about. Yeah, meeting customers. I always used to we do a lot of events, and like a customer would come up, even though we do like hundreds of customers over the years. But like I'd always know the face, and I'd straight away know what garage it was. But whereas now we go to events and they know the other guys, but I've never seen them before. So it's a bit more hands off, but.
You must be over the moon though, really, like, because like you said, you'd be happy if it was just you and your mate doing.
Yeah, to be fair, like from the start, my friend had a wood flooring company, started around the same time as I did. So we used to when it was just me, I was using him he had his own company, so we're using him for extra help when we needed.
Yeah.
And he was had work probably 3-4 days a week, and I was probably doing like 1 or 2 days a week. And I was always thinking, if I could do like 3 or 4 jobs a week, it's a nice little business. But I thought it's so niche, there's never going to be like installs every day. So yeah, it's hard to look back to then and think what we've grown it to now. I never really thought that would be possible at that scale. But then never really take the time to look back. It's always like, what's next?
Yeah. I do. I think it's one of those things. You know what I like about it is that I think you don't know you want it until you see it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't. I think I've never really thought, oh, I'll do that in my garage, but I look at it and go, cool, yeah, I fancy a bit of that.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's why it works well on socials, but also on like events, getting out to events, showing people the product. It's just like an impulse buy sort of thing.
I think that's really what works well, especially on socials, like you say.
Yeah.
When someone's walking around, like, and the shows, someone's walking around, they go, wow, like that is cool.
Yeah, something
especially if they've got like, I don't know, if you personalise it and put someone's logo on it or whatever, I think that looks really, really cool.
And a lot of people don't even know it exists. Obviously, they do more now, but.
Like I know you said you've got like mostly your customers. Well, they tend to be high end celebrities.
Yeah.
That inevitably they're going to have really nice cars. They don't want a shitty old floor in their garage, do they?
Yeah.
They're going to get all dusty and stuff like that. So
so we deal with a lot of customers. So you got all the like high-end supercar owners. We do a lot of garages that are just going to be like utility rooms. They've just got like fridges or washing machines in them.
Yeah.
And loads of home gyms, especially since COVID. And then obviously we do industrial stuff as well. So big warehouses, some motor trade stuff.
So what's the actual product made of?
So we got 3 products, but the main 2, one's PVC and one's polypropylene. And then we do like rubber gym tiles, like traditional 20mm rubber gym.
And did you say it was your uncle that manufactures them?
Yeah, so my uncle's been manufacturing modular flooring for 35 years in the UK, all for like industrial use. So I've always been around that business. Even when I was in school, I was doing installations for them. I was going around delivering leaflets in school half terms, posting stuff out. So I've always been around that. And then I was working at Mercedes, just doing a parts apprenticeship. I ended up being there for about 6 years, and I always just knew I wanted to do my own thing. And I think one day I just said to my uncle, I was doing some eBay stuff on the side, so I sort of dipped my toe into entrepreneurship there.
Yeah.
And then I said to my uncle, like, I want to get out of Mercedes, I want to do something for myself. And obviously he was manufacturing those tiles, so he was like, well, you're pretty good with social media, why don't you take what we've got and like sell it to a different market, like domestic garages.
Yeah.
So started that, and it was a pretty slow start, to be fair, because it was like Instagram wasn't really a big thing. It's just going out to shows, because that's what I knew from my dad's company. So just going out to events, little local shows, picking up 1 or 2 jobs. But then, once we sort of really took Instagram seriously, that's when we started blowing it up.
Your timing as well, like you've hit the ground running with, you were in before Instagram went mental, and also that you sort of got in at the right time for the influencer sort of stuff.
Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, good timing, and a lot of the, like any other brand that was doing garage flooring wasn't really using social media, so there were brands that had been around a long time. But kind of just, obviously now they all try and use social media, but
I think it's like, like you get, even like we were saying, I suppose you could consider it a boring business, right?
Yeah.
But like you get boring businesses, turn it into something that's cool. Like
it's just finding an angle to.
I see a geezer that's like, he's one man band, to be fair, but he's like cleaning bins.
Oh, really?
Right, and he's like just goes around. He just makes like a bit of a joke or a video of him jet washing a bin out, and he's doing like 100 a day and charging a tenner a tenner.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's like the pool guy. That's what I thought you were going to say.
Yeah.
We've done a bit of work with him, but like his socials is off the charts, and then he's just like one van. So I said to him before, surely you need another van, and he was like, it's just all about the social media. It's like they just go out, film it, and it's more about the content than the actual job itself.
I remember you saying that was you were concentrating more on the social sort of side of things to help grow it more than anything else.
Yeah, it was almost like became addicted. So I remember when we were doing Yanamizer's Floor, the first one we did, I think we were at about 3,000 or 4,000 followers before that. And I remember just thinking, like, before he booked it in way in advance because he was like, the only time I can afford to close the workshop is over Christmas. So we had a bit of time, and I was like, I want to get to the socials to like 5,000 before he promotes it so it looks better. So it was like, try and get to that. And then obviously he promoted it, gave it a boost. And then it was like, we want to get to 10K. And then it was 20K, 50K, 100K. And even now it's kind of, now we're more on the numbers than the socials. But it was all just about growing the socials rather than growing a company. But obviously hand in hand.
But I suppose that you're just it's an investment in your. I suppose they can unfollow you, but like you're probably not doing anything that's going to offend anyone anyway. So you're not going to unfollow.
Yeah, as long as the followers are coming on quicker than they're going off.
Yeah,
and then I suppose if someone follows you, it might take them a year before they go, right, I'm going to get this.
Yeah, or they move house, or the younger generation who follow, and when they buy a house, they think of us. Well, we have that now. Like before I even registered the company, we went and did the MCN motorbike show in London. And so that was like 8 years ago, but we didn't even have a name at the time, just sort of laid to the floor, a bit of market research, and gave out business cards, like just with my personal email on them. Yeah. And like people still will email that now and say, like, I saw you at the MCN bike show, I want a quote. And I'm like, that was like 8 years ago.
1998, I saw you.
Yeah. But that's why it's crazy just getting out to the events and just putting stuff out. It's like sometimes people aren't ready for it, or they just move house or something changes and they think, oh yeah, that's the people I saw. I went back there. So
that is true.
It's all about branding, really.
Yeah, cause like you say, people moving house. Like if you sort of think I'm going to be moving in 3 or 4 years, probably not going to be inclined to deck the garage out, and they'll think, but I'll do that when I move into the new
right. Hopefully they think of us because they've seen someone in the past. So it's a long game as well, really. Yeah, that's the same with TikTok. It's like everyone, especially at the beginning, was saying it's just full of like young kids, which obviously it was predominantly, but it's just growing. Instagram started off with young kids as well. Yeah, that's why we don't. Like I say, it's our biggest platform. We don't take it that seriously because we don't get many leads from it. But over time, it's only going to sort of snowball.
If you do that, that might change. You don't know. In 5 years' time, we could be sitting here going, "Oh, do you remember?" You look at, say, I'm not saying if Facebook's dead, but like Instagram's just taken over Facebook, and could TikTok overtake Instagram?
Yeah, and for us, it's just like build on all platforms, even if they're not making leads. If we can grow the following, and like I say, with TikTok, we were so early on it, no one knew what TikTok was. Yeah, my friend who did it, so there was 3 of us. We were actually business partners in an events company.
Musical.ly, wasn't it, or something? It used to be called Musical.ly.
Musical.ly originally, yeah. But when we got told, one of my friends who's like in his 60s, he literally like blew up on Instagram, on TikTok, sorry, because he was so early, like just grew millions of followers in no time. Yeah. And didn't have a clue what he was doing. We were just so early on it. It was like anything was working.
Yeah. Do you find that although you've got more followers on TikTok, and someone said like the actual views are less, I don't know.
Yeah, because it's like
less effective. Yeah, almost like you could have like 1 million views on a video, but that's, say you did that on Instagram for the same amount of views, it just wouldn't have the same sort of punch. If you
it's in like lead generation. Yeah, it's definitely more valuable, like the longer videos, especially like YouTube's the most value if you can get the views on there, but it's the hardest one to crack.
Yeah. Well, it's the hardest one to actually, I would imagine, do the content for. But I suppose if you're going to you can do one bit of content, can't you? And then just like repurpose it.
Yeah, we were saying about the podcast, weren't we? Like, I know you guys are looking to do one as well, but it's a bit of a sad state that you record like an hour or so like that, but really you're only doing sort of, you're going to get 5 minutes out of it, really, that's really going to do all the work. So
it's quite good with like there's apps and like AI software you can use now that like chops it up into different. We use that sometimes. If we've like been on a podcast or take one of our long videos and just chop the best bits out of it, use that on social. So
I think we're probably at that point where the chop ups short form is better for us. But they do say, you hear Chud say it, like the long form in the long game is the long form.
Yeah.
Right, and that's where you get all your sort of like
like
kudos really.
Exactly,
because it's harder as well, and it's quite easy to get the views on the short form stuff.
Oh yeah, you could just get your phone, do something stupid, and then all of a sudden you got 1 million followers.
Yeah.
But you can't do an hour's worth of content and post it on YouTube, and because people, the way they digest it, is everyone wants something quick, don't they? You've got to have something really fucking interesting to sit down and do. Someone's watching for an hour.
Yeah, so we were editing a vlog yesterday. I think it was only like 20 minutes long, but it's like watching every point and just thinking, where's someone going to click away?
Yeah,
like where there's too much talking, it's like, right, cut that down.
Yeah,
and it's like you kind of have to edit it like that, thinking what point does it get boring and people might lose interest.
It's a hard one. Like I always thought. You don't really see it much, but like maybe people doing like mini podcasts, like where it's like 10-20 minutes or something like that. But having said that, it's just from us doing this, it's really easy. You just talk, and all of a sudden you just go,
it's more like unedited, I suppose.
Yeah. It's been an hour. It's like, wow, I thought it's been like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
But in a way, I guess because you do that hour, there's going to be elements of downtime, like things that were less interesting than others. You've got to put the work in and do that hour and a half, and then you will get gold out of it, rather than just going, I've done 30 seconds there, I hope that's going to be all right.
Yeah. And I suppose you just got to try and use those short clips just to try and sell the podcast and watch.
Yeah.
It's not easy.
You get like tie kickers off, like, you do a celeb, you get 100 inquiries, you get lots of tie kickers.
Yeah, you do, like, especially through social media. A lot of the leads, they don't know how much it's going to be because they just see a video and they're like, yeah, that'd be cool. And obviously they can't. We do sell online, but obviously people don't know how many tiles they're going to need or anything like that. So you get a lot of people popping up for quotes, and once they've been quoted, a lot of them disappear and you never hear from them again. So there is a bad conversion rate for those social media inquiries, but we're quite good at generating inquiries. So it's like just need the volume of leads. One of the things with our business, once we've laid someone's floor, they won't need us again unless they move
it's
house.
one off, isn't it?
Yeah, so it's like on average we'll do about 80 garages a month,
right?
But to do that, we've just got to drive the right amount of leads every month to keep new people coming in.
So did you say it's like, so you got to get like probably 1,000 leads a month just to get that?
Yeah, and we are good at driving those leads, but it's we do obviously get referrals and neighbours going ahead and stuff like that. But it's a numbers game, how many leads we need coming in.
And have you got someone just solely working, do you like outreach or anything like that? Or?
No, so we don't really do any outreach, which is something we will start doing. But most of our stuff is all just social media driven, and then obviously that drives the leads off the back of it. So we need to get better at outreach as well. It's just having the time to. Like I say, we are building a sales team now, which is like took control of all the inbound stuff. So that's all getting followed up nicely, and now gives us the chance to be able to do outreach. Before we were just buried in inbound stuff. It's like didn't have time to actually go out and do the outbound stuff.
Quite a nice problem to have.
Follow up. I think follow up is like underrated. Do you know what I mean? Especially for stuff like yours. Do you know what I mean? I mean, we've got. You feel like you're bothering people, but sometimes life just gets in the way, and they go, "Oh, I was going to do that." Do you know what? I think anything could happen, couldn't it? They may not have had the money at the time, then you call them 2 months later, they've had a bonus. Oh, do you know what? Yeah, I'm going to do that.
Yeah. Like when we first started doing shows, I remember when I was like one-man band, pull up to a local car meet, and like everyone's taking leaflets and stuff and thinking, bloody hell, I'm going to be busy, and then just no one gets in contact afterwards. So
it does go like that.
Everyone's busy.
You think like, oh my God, I've had like so much, interest, and you think you're going to be a millionaire, and then it's just like, it doesn't happen.
So it's just coming up with that way of keeping in contact with people and keep reminding them you exist.
But that is social media.
Yeah.
That's outreach without being outreach, because people are on their phones. I mean, I'm ashamed to say, I think I looked at my phone the other day because my PT told me how to do it. I didn't know how to do it. And it was like 5 hours screen time a day.
I don't even want to look at mine.
No. And I was like, that's embarrassing.
Yeah.
But that shows you, and I don't even feel like I want it that much. So the average, that's probably average.
Yeah.
So
it's only getting worse as well.
And they're all mainly going to be on social media in that time.
Yeah. And you think like with us, we always assume, so like we're putting videos out every day. We'll get someone on Instagram message us for a quote, and we'll give them like a fitted price, and they'll be like, oh, you do fitting as well. It's like, if you look at all our videos, you'd think it'd be obvious, but you don't know what people have seen. Sometimes they've just seen one post and clicked on it. It's just.
And is there any are they quite? I don't want to say easy to fit, but when I looked at the social media, it's apart from the maybe the custom fitting it around the edges and all that.
That's it. Yeah, so it's a nice quick process. It's easy until you come across something really tricky to cut around.
Right.
So yeah, it's a quick process for anyone who knows how to do like flooring or hands-on. So a lot of customers fit it themselves as well. Obviously when we fit it, we use guillotines and get nice straight edges, and if you've got boilers or like vehicle lifts to cut around, it slows them down, but it is a quick process. So we've done like 700-800 meters in a day before,
really,
and that wins us a lot of the big jobs, because it's like, we quoted one last week. It was a tire company that do, I think they said like 80 cars a day through the door. So they were going to get it painted, and like for them to shut for a week, they just lose all that revenue.
Yeah, of course.
Whereas with us, we'll go in like 2 days, have it done. They can still work while we're in there, because we can lay a bit of the floor.
Yeah.
They can drive over it.
Yeah.
There's no drying time. So it's like the money they'll lose by closing for a week, they'll save by booking us in. So it's a win-win on them big jobs. Like
so
that.
You just go straight over the top? You have to glue it down or anything like that?
We do glue sometimes if it's in direct sunlight or like a direct heat source. So normally the big jobs will glue just behind the doors.
Yeah.
But most domestic ones is just loose laid over the top. So we just give it a clean, lay it all, cut it to shape. And then obviously we do like skirting and cabinets, light and all the other accessories, but flooring's always our sort of main product.
Yeah.
So you said you were a one-man band. Who was your first person you employed?
First person we employed was actually my brother.
Right.
So I think we did Mrs. Hinch's garage. My brother came and did it with me, and I think straight away we were like, I can't remember now, but I think we got like 2,000 inquiries overnight.
Really?
Wow. Yeah, and I was just like trying to go out.
I suppose I couldn't say bloody hell. That's quite, I mean, she probably had
a couple of million.
A couple of million followers.
People, but just such a like engaged following. And everyone just wanted the same colour as her as well. What was it like? We've got 10 colours. People would be like, "Oh, yeah, I've seen you from Mrs. Hinch."
Was it
I have a quote, like a light grey.
Yeah.
We used to call it Mrs. Hinch grey, because we've got 3 shades of grey. So people would be like, "Oh yeah, I want to get my garage done like hers." We'd be like, "Right, we'll send you the colour options." They're like, "No, just have what she had." It's just crazy. Like,
but you do actually, when you say it, like 2 million followers, right? And you got 2,000 inquiries.
Yeah.
Is it that much? Like when in my head, I'm thinking, if I did that, I'd be thinking, bloody hell, I'm going to get like 100,000 inquiries.
And to be fair, that's how I used to think it would work. I remember with Yanamai's, the first one, he probably had maybe 1 million followers when we did that. And I remember thinking, we're going to just have like hundreds of thousands of leads. And you kind of like...
Everyone's going to income.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, I can't remember how many we got off the back of that, but maybe like in the hundreds. But then it's a high value product. You don't really need volume. Yeah. Whereas if you were selling something that everyone needs and it's £10, I'm sure you'd...
It's a lot of £10 you need to get the money up.
Yeah, someone told us before products Mrs. Hinch promoted, just like, I can't remember what it was, some sort of bath toy. And I think they sold like hundreds of thousands of units overnight.
Well, they would do,
sold out.
Yeah. But you're right. It's
quite a niche product. And not everyone's got a garage.
Yeah.
If they have, they might not use it. Like a lot of people just dump stuff in there. So... but the power of her socials was just crazy.
Yeah. Like you say, such an engaged audience as well. It's not like, I'm sure there's people who've got millions of followers and then some of them are just not that level
not buying
of
into
people
it.
Interested. You know.
She's so trusted. She sort of like made the housewife's life sort of like sexy or interesting.
Yeah, she was, I don't know if she was the first one, but definitely the biggest one. It's like a home influencer sort of created that market.
Yeah.
And but that's the biggest one where we get recognised. Like after we did that, we were going into like pulling up into services, and people were like, "Are you the guys that done Business Hinch's garage?" Like compared to some of the people we've done with bigger followings.
Would they know you? Did you have a branded?
Yeah, just like branded clothing, branded van. Like going into like a local bakery when we were at a job, and they're like, "Oh, you guys did Mrs. Hinch's? It was crazy."
Yeah. Have you toasty for nothing?
Yeah. Yeah, literally. But like compared to something like we did Jake Paul's garage he promoted us on Instagram to 25 million people,
right?
On YouTube to 25 million people. And like still had a massive impact, but just still didn't touch Mrs. Hinch's reach at a smaller level.
Right.
Mad.
I mean, maybe is she more English than
more
global?
English, and again, just more engaged. I think. I suppose, and probably more our market. Jake Paul's probably younger people.
Yeah, he's got a lot of kids following him.
Again, it was a good branding move. When we're at shows, people recognise we've got a picture of him stood on the floor, and people will always be like, "Oh, you guys did Jake Paul's," because the videos did well online.
Mm-hmm.
But from like a business perspective, Mrs. Hinch's leads were a lot better.
So how did you get the Jake Paul thing? And like, because in my head I'm just thinking, is there no one in the US doing that?
That's the funny thing, really. Like there is competitors in the US, but it's again just social media.
Yeah.
So he reached out to us. I think it was a random Friday night. I was out for a meal with the wife and another couple, and like a message just came up, Jake Paul, and I was like,
"Do you think it was like someone joking?"
I can't remember what it said originally. It just said something like, I need you. I've just bought a new house. And I was like, what the hell? And I think like within about 2 days, we had like flights booked, sending the stuff out there.
Where was it?
Puerto Rico, that was. So it was like a logistical nightmare.
I was about to say, get the stuff out there. That must be.
Yeah, it cost a fortune. And also we had to fly everything to, I think it was Miami, and then it had to go out to Puerto Rico. And we ended up
tracking it all the way going.
We ended up landing. So we flew out, me, Adam, who's our installation manager, and a videographer at the time. And we landed and the stuff still hadn't arrived. I think it got there like the same day as us.
I would have got like 1,000 suitcases and just put it all in.
I did that, funny enough. I went out to Dubai for another like influencer client.
Yeah.
He ran us. We sent him the tiles when he moved to Dubai, and he just had them sat in the garage for like 6 months. He just FaceTimed me one day and he was like, can you come out and lay these tiles? I've been trying to find a local contractor. I can't be bothered. He goes, can you just come out? So I was looking at the diary. All the fitters were like stacked out for weeks. He was like, I need it like this week. And I was like, oh, no one's available. He goes, can't you just come? He goes, I'll book you a flight. You can stay at my house. I was like, all right, go on then. Yeah, business class flight. I flew there, literally slept on the plane, landed. So he already had the tiles, but I put a load of lights in my suitcase.
Yeah.
Landed, fit the floor all day, contractor fit the lights, slept at his house and flew straight back. So that was pretty crazy. And that's probably the last floor I've fitted in the last few years.
Really?
But that is mental though, isn't it? Like, surely there's someone in Dubai that can do it.
Yeah. Yeah,
because I mean, it sounds like. I mean, I'm not a for it. It doesn't sound like it is well like.
Yeah, it's not a hard process, and obviously, if it wasn't worth the content, then it wouldn't be worth us flying there. So if it wasn't Jake Paul in Puerto Rico, we got inquiries from Puerto Rico afterwards, and it's like they're not going to pay for us to fly out there and hotels and staff and everything else. So. But for the content, obviously they got a worldwide audience, and just for our socials, like the
did that boost the e-commerce stuff at all?
Not crazy. I mean, we had like loads of US inquiries, so I think we've got like probably 1,000 US inquiries in our database just waiting for when we launch out there one day.
Right.
And we get messages from America every single day, even now, like a few years after. So yeah, it's sort of built our name out there. It led to Justin Bieber's garage. We didn't get out there, but we supplied him with the tiles.
Okay,
right.
And just like their contacts and the people that they're saying they'll introduce us to when we're ready, it's just unreal. So
and I see people, you get people go around his house.
I've like screenshotted sometimes on his Instagram, like people are at his house, and just like the people that are there, I'm like taking.
Did you check the garage floor out while you were?
Yeah, there's a picture of like Steve Aoki, the DJ, stood on the floor like with him, so I just screenshot it, reposted it. It's pretty mental.
Should have organised it around like one of his parties or something, and then you just go, we'll fit the floor and then we'll come to your party.
And it was like, because his brother lives on the same it's like a golf estate, lives on the same road, so when we were going, we were like, we might as well do Logan Paul's as well. Right. So we spoke to like Jake's management, said, can you introduce us? They spoke to him, they were like, oh no, he's not interested. Right. We're like, all right, cool. As soon as we laid his floor, he pulls up in a golf bug, he's like, I need this. We were like, we're not coming back.
You, mate.
Yeah, going through management, I don't know how they picked it. Once he saw it, he was like, oh yeah, I need this as well. So we were like
you say, you don't know it until you see it, do you? Don't know you want it.
You don't.
So yeah, that was pretty mad.
Do you have you found any sort of like, I don't know, unusual requests or like different uses for the flooring?
Yeah, we do some random inquiries sometimes. So we like with the lighting, we do loads of barbershops, tattoo shops, stuff like that. With the flooring, we've done, I think, probably the worst installation. If you spoke to our fitters, they did like a chicken farm without even knowing what it was. It was just a random inquiry. They turned up to fit it.
For the chickens?
I don't actually know what area. It was some sort of cleaning area, but they got there. They had to put on like full outfits, like boots supplied by the customer. I don't think they were too impressed with that one. But you do get the odds, really random use for the tiles. Even like NHS stuff. We've done some stuff in like laundry rooms for NHS. Loads of motor trade stuff. So we do a lot of Aston Martins, like production lines. Loads of gyms. So there's always like a random inquiry that comes through. We quoted a random one recently, like a big shopping centre, small businesses there.
I've seen like door companies, for argument's sake. I know a couple of door companies, so then they'll do like different fascias for their website. So they'll have like, I think it's this company called Leader Garage Doors, Leader Bathroom Doors,
different brands.
And basically that you go to that website and it's just
all about that.
The bathroom doors.
So we have thought about doing that. We've got an industrial site now, like garage style industrial. So that's obviously like we'll get a job from Aston Martin, like a massive industrial job, but then we always think they've gone to our website, which is all just about garages. So most of the time it's through social media, but they've then still reached out to us and said, can you come and quote us for this big area? So we have separated it now. built an industrial site that's all just geared up towards that. We were thinking about doing a gym brand as well, but the problem is we've got the following and the brand under Garage Style. So like if you create a whole new brand, it's like starting from scratch, and it's not so easy to grow a following anymore.
I do. Having said that, right, I just in my head, I'm thinking like that would be really like really cool Instagram fodder, like someone working out and all that sort of like content wise.
I would like to do it, and obviously we still have to promote it on the other page, but yeah, gyms for us is quite big, especially home gyms since COVID. I think during COVID we were doing like unreal amount of gyms, because as soon as all the gyms said they're shutting, it's just that everyone who was serious about fitness was just ringing up saying that I'm going to turn the garage into a gym or the spare room or whatever.
So people had money to burn with the furlough, didn't they?
And then luckily where most of our stock's UK made, all of our competitors just like the ships weren't coming in, they weren't getting stock. And my uncle's factory, he furloughed most of the staff. He was there by himself like 24 hours just churning tiles out.
Really?
And so we were just driving there every day picking stuff up. And
could he not, was he not allowed to have people working in?
I think at first like everyone panicked and just like shut down operations, because what was it at first? I think they said everyone has to shut down for 3 weeks unless you're like construction, or so we were the same. We were like cancelled all jobs, and then it was a bit of a grey area, like if you're in construction you can carry on. So then it was like our phones were just going mad, and then we were like start doing
warehouses were allowed, weren't they? I mean, I think
there's grey areas.
We had people at masks. We had two people instead of 4.
So that's what we were doing, like sending in fitters out. I think my brother was working at the time, and it was like he was doing some jobs like 100 meters by himself, just like keeping people separate, and didn't bring them all back in. But then, like I say, we just busy. The phones were just off the hook, mostly with gyms. And luckily, we had the supply when most people didn't. So we grew massively. I think there was just the 2 of us at the start of COVID, and probably about 10 of us after.
Wow. And then you have people like on the payroll
everyone's PAYE
contracted.
So we've got 16 staff now, all PAYE, and then we've got a separate company called Floor in Your Home where we do like wooden flooring. So we've got 3 staff there, but we do mix them between installations sometimes.
And
obviously if you've got a huge job, you bring everyone in.
Yeah, we're quite good at that. If there's like a massive job, just to minimise downtime, we'll just turn up with like 15 people. We had a big Mercedes contract like that as well, and again, it won us the job because they had to close for a week to have it painted.
Right.
And we just did a weekend when they were shut.
Big selling point, that.
Yeah, like 15
you
of us.
You haven't had to turn anyone down because the job's too big or anything? Or
so we'll always make it work. We've never sort of refused a job because we can't fit it in. We'll
work it out later.
Rearrange the diary.
We school mates come on.
There's always people we can call on. Like, we've never lost a job for supply or timings. But it's always that sales before operations. So that's what we're seeing now. Like the new sales team are sort of training and getting better and booking more jobs in, and then it's kind of like we're going to need more fitters, but we don't want to employ the fitters and have them sat there. So it's always a bit of a juggling act. But we'll never lose jobs because of like availability or stuff.
A bit like here, really, isn't it? I suppose because you don't know. You've got fulfillment clients; they come on board. You don't know. You could get a massive job.
Yeah, you find they're up and down. Like some of them just get a massive volume. There's
seasonal clients. We've got one of our main clients is a company called Happy Stride, and they're like a running company. During the winter, there's not really selling much, but during the summer, it's just blowing the doors off.
I only say that because my brother's got an e-commerce business selling a cutting tool that my granddad made. Long story short, but it's called a gyro cut. And like when they have a video blow up on socials, I was doing the socials to start with, and then obviously I was doing this eventually. So I was telling them just get on socials, film content, and like they were doing it sort of half-heartedly. And then one video did 20 million views, and it just changed the whole business overnight. But I just imagine if you were doing this fulfillment, it probably went from like 2 orders a day to like 1,000 a day for like a week.
He does a little bit of because he's clothing. He does a little bit of discount, and he'll do like 20% off on marathon day, right? And it'll just like I think sometimes he has like on a low day he might have like 20 orders, right? And I think he had 1,000 orders in one day.
So it's quite hard for you guys to plan for that, I suppose.
Well, you can't. Sometimes, I mean, as much as we want to say, we're entrepreneurs and we don't get our hands dirty, sometimes you got to.
Same like him when it was like that, they just do all the fulfillment themselves. So it was like just friends there, stuff in envelopes, to get them out the door.
Absolutely.
Same, they do a bit of shopping channel stuff, and that's the same. It's like everything has to get out on time, and you don't know how many you're going to sell when you're there, and so it's hard to. You've
got with this. You've almost got to front run the busiest times.
Yeah.
You can't just go, we'll be all right. You've got to make sure that, because like the worst thing you can do for us is after phone someone up and go, sorry mate, your orders ain't gone out.
Because Trina's not here. You know, it's that kind of thing. You know, that kind of bit, you know, people go, well, that's no good to me. Yeah. And then it's your reputation goes, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's the same with us as well. It's like we'll always make sure the install happens. I'd say that probably last Thursday, I think, was probably the first time we've ever had to like let a customer down.
Really?
Because one of the guys crashed the van on the way to the install.
That's just a like.
Yeah, it was a big install, so we had 2 vans going there, and one of them crashed in the middle of Norwich and had to get the van back, and so we had to complete the install the following Monday.
Right,
but they understood.
Sure, I was going to say if that was me,
it's a unique case, isn't it?
Moved our diary around to get them. Make them.
I suppose
apart from like something like that, we'll always make sure it happens.
Plus, it's not really. I mean, people would look forward to having it. Yeah, it's not probably like I need this done on Monday, otherwise, you know, something terrible is going to happen.
Yeah,
you know?
Exactly.
So as the business has grown, and obviously you've become more of a less operator, you know, day-to-day stuff, and you become more like leader. What's your sort of management style?
So it's hard really. So we're always pretty laid back. We started, like I said, my first employer was my brother. He probably left about 3 years ago to do his own Amazon thing. We've got George, who's joined us at 16, so he was a second employee, still with us now. And then a good friend of mine, Adam, who I've been friends with for 15 years, joined us after that. So we've always been like pretty laid back, and everyone has a bit of a laugh, but as long as all the jobs get done. So it's hard now as the team's growing to kind of work out building the management and try and structure that.
Yeah. So have you got middle management that manages
not officially? So we've kind of got like installation manager. That's changing up a little bit now. So like head fitter, installation manager that deal with like all the on the tool stuff.
Yeah.
And then we've got Cheyenne in our office who's like sales admin, but she sort of looks after the diary and all that side. So kind of unofficial, but that's what we're looking at now. Yeah.
I think as you grow, you have to
put people in place.
You have to put people in place, but there's that sort of like grey area, isn't there? When you're growing, you ain't got the money to go and hire. Like I'm going to hire 10 people to do this job, this job, this job, this job, this job. You've got to do it a little bit yourself, or even ask someone to do maybe 3 jobs when their job is office manager or something like that. You know what I mean? So there is that definitely that sort of area where you've got to sort of like be a bit sort of flexible.
Yeah, and I think that's where we're at now, where it's like we've grown every year since we started. And it's like to get to the next level, I think we need to try and structure everything.
Yeah.
We've put a lot more, even over the last year, we put a lot more like processes and systems in place. Before it was all kind of like everyone knew what they were doing, but nothing was documented. And now like the whole sales process and how we do the diaries and stuff is all a bit more structured.
The level of professionalism, you almost have to like buff up a bit, don't you? You sort of think actually this is getting a bit of a bigger deal than it was when we was just like 3 of us.
Yeah, it's a different company now of like compared to a few years ago. Like the level of jobs we're getting and the volume, so it's kind of everyone has to change and grow with it.
You have to be professional and be sort of like I always hear James say fit for finance and all that sort of stuff, like whereas when you first started just like whatever, you know, that bill, don't worry about it, don't need that. And then now you've got to like, we had to do it recently, it's just like you know, these accounts have got to be like squeaky clean, otherwise you know.
It was the same as us buying the warehouse. It was
I bet
that was a deal where we got a good price, and the price was agreed based on like you're ready to move quick, and we weren't ready to move quick at all. So we were like, deal done.
Rambling around again.
I think it took us about 6 months, so they were chasing us all the time. We were like, right, filing our accounts early, getting everything in line. So that was a bit of a learning curve. But I try and like listen to a lot of podcasts, get out to loads of events like personal development, read books, and just try and get to the next level.
Literally, I was looking at the board. My next question was like, what do you do outside work to like chill out and de-stress? Or is it being stressful for you? Or do you just
I do get stressed out. I don't show it, so everyone always says to me like, "Oh, you're never stressed out," but I'm like stressed out all the time.
Really?
There's always like positive stress and like, but I don't like getting involved with the operation stuff, but I do quite often. So there's always stresses going on. Like I say, van getting crashed. Luckily, everyone was all right, which was the main thing. But now it's a van off the road that needs to get fixed as soon as possible. So there's always stuff going on outside of work. So my wife Charlotte runs a company called Custom Style, obviously leaning on our branding. So she does custom workwear, and she's out of our office as well. So luckily she's there most days, and we've got a 3-year-old. So when he's like finished nursery, he's normally at the office, so we get to see him a lot. So weekends is really just spent with him. Just little one just wants to ride motorbikes and push bikes and We were at Alton Towers at the weekend, so yeah, just try and spend time in it. But it's hard to switch off, especially with like a heavily social media focused business. It just never stops. Yeah. And it's hard for me to ignore. Like even on the weekend when I don't need to be doing anything, there's messages popping up. Yeah. People are still WhatsApping me because they've known me like before we grew the team. So I get loads of inquiries coming direct, and it's hard to just think, I'll look at WhatsApp on Monday. It's like there's always stuff coming through.
Your wife's like, Harry's been for 10 posts.
Non-stop.
But I actually think, to be honest, I think you have to sort of like, if an inquiry comes through like on Instagram, if you reply to that quickly, I think you're, I mean, not that I'm backing this up with any stats, I think you're far more likely to get some sort 100%. Of like sale if rather than just leaving it for 3 days and then going back.
We've even had customers, like when I was on the tools, did a job for Max Chilton, who was his brother's in the British touring cars, and I think he was in the Indy cars and Formula One at one point. And like when we did his job, I think he said like you replied straight away. Yeah. Like, so it does, and we're not always the best at that, especially with the volume on Instagram sometimes. And half the time I won't, like now, because we've got a sales team that picks stuff up and follow up and everything, there's a process in place. So if I just start replying to someone, that never goes onto our CRM or anything like that. So I don't normally do that, but it's hard not to look and see what's coming through, especially if it's like an influencer or something messaging.
Yeah. Hard not. Sometimes I feel like if I jump in and I know someone else should be doing it, I feel like I'm going to get told off. Even though I'm employing them. What are you doing that for?
Yeah, no, I'm the same as well, because there is a process, and it's like I know if I open the message, give them a quote, it's never going to get followed up. It's not on the CRM. So yeah, I do try and stay out of it, but it's always
you're just conditioned to go in.
It's the same as actually doing the post. I know we touched on it earlier, but I still do that now, and it only takes me probably like 15 minutes a day. But sometimes I'm like editing videos on the weekend and trying to keep up with posting stuff and finding stuff to post, so it does take up some time.
Do you edit videos on your phone, or did you do it?
Yeah, most of the time just straight on the phone. Not heavily edited. We do like transitions and time lapses and stuff, so normally it's just taking a load of clips and putting them together, so it's quite a short process. It's just we'll post like once or twice a day, so it's quite a lot of volume.
I was about to say, because that's the thing with it, you don't want to put any barrier in the way, do you? You just want to quick, and get it out, rather than like, I've got to do it on the computer. And I've got to, Yeah,
and also, like I say, I'm so bad with computers. It's like I don't even. I bought an Apple Mac on my desk at the last unit, and I came in every day and just sat there on my phone. And to the point where like my little boy came in and we hadn't switched the computer on for like 2 years. We switched it on, it just tripped everything in the whole house. So now like we've moved to the new office, I haven't even got a computer on my desk. I just use an iPad every day with a keyboard. But I'm just not good with technology and don't even want to try and learn really. So I'm like around social media on my phone, and I use AI and everything. I'm good with my phone, just not technology wise.
I was going to say, do you use AI a lot, like ChatGPT? And
I do use ChatGPT, Perplexity, using it more and more, just sort of testing out different features. But
what for, sort of like replies to leads or stuff like that?
Just like putting like systems and documents together. We're playing with it a little bit with like doing designs, so like taking a picture of someone's garage and make it like put a floor in there, lights, and that's getting better and better. It's slow, but it's pretty good to a point. If you say like, show me what it will look like with a garage style floor in there, it will do it. So
I've been playing around with it like loads, and it's like it's just unbelievable. I put a picture of myself up and said change it to a Simpsons character. It's like literally spot on.
It's scary. Like there's some things and you're like, let's just test if it can do it, and normally it can. Like we've got a document that shows how far we got to travel to the installation and how big the other columns, like how big the job is, and then it sort of correlates to how much we're charging for the fitting element of the job. And like the other day, the guys were like, it only goes up to like 100 meters, so they normally have to ask me on the big stuff. So we were like, let's just carry that on to. So I just took a picture of it, put it on ChatGPT, and said, can you just extend that document to like 250 square meters? And it broke it all down, and I checked all there's probably about 20 different prices on there, and it was all like bang on. We didn't even edit it.
Well, it can quote for you basically.
Yeah, basically like it worked out the pattern of like an extra hour drive is going to be this much extra, an extra 10 square meters is going to be this much. It just like followed the pattern.
Mental.
And also there was one figure on there that was a typo, so it was like you went from like 10 meters to 20 meters and the price went down £50. So like we noticed that on the document. ChatGPT edited that itself. Like we didn't say edit any mistakes, and when it sent, like when it spat it back out, it edited the mistake as well.
I mean, I say mental. I shouldn't really say mental because I know these sort of things go on, but it's just
but editing, like graphic design sort of stuff,
Yeah.
and like editing, it's really good at.
Yeah.
Even like we'll post a picture of a floor, and it's like sometimes the customer sends a picture, and it's like there's a bit dirty, and needs a bit like something that didn't get swept up, and you just say like clean the floor, and it will just
clean the floor.
Did you say clean the floor with this photo?
yeah, just like clean the floor up. And obviously, sometimes it completely changes it.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
go back and say, "I leave everything else the same."
Yeah, don't put
But
a
it's only
in the
get-
corner when
Yeah.
Yeah, it's only going to get better though. And trying to just use
And
it.
most of the time, it's your prompts, really,
Yeah.
isn't it? It's normally pilot error. Like if it's done something wrong, it's probably me telling it not enough information.
Yeah, it's powerful.
So, if everything goes to plan, what do you want Garage Style to look like in 5 years?
So it's actually something we've been working on recently, because in the past it's always just been like grow as quick as possible.
Yeah.
Never really have any, like we always put like a yearly figure. So like January we'll have a target of what we're going to do next year. But apart from that, there's never been like a long-term plan. It's just like grow as quick as possible. But we're actually working on a 5-year plan at the moment, and it's like scale up to 10 mil turnover. We're at about 2.5 this year. So yeah, we're just trying to map out what hires we need to make and what we need to do to get there.
Yeah. And would that vision be? Would you sort of like forego some profit just to get to that level, and then
so we've always
make it profitable once
we
you
always
get
have been really like, I still pay myself very little and reinvest everything, and very little comes back on my way. But it's always just like building the brand. It's
bigger picture, isn't it?
It's been about
I think that's it. Like I mean, we've probably been guilty of it in years gone by, where we've taken, we've made whatever 200 grand, we'll take it out, whereas maybe nowadays we're a bit more sort of like into just putting it back into the bit, and you can see it like growing. When you're strangling a business, nothing happens.
And I've always done that really. I suppose it's like delayed gratification. I think I've only taken a dividend once, and that was when like we needed medical treatment, and like I had to take some money out. But apart from that, I just pay myself. I'm probably one of the least paid wages every month. Obviously we get the odd bonuses here and there, so I'm not, and I've got the other company doing eBay stuff, so I've got money coming in. But it's always just with Garage, I'll just reinvest and keep building.
Well, mate, it looks top notch to me. I mean, like I say, it's one of those things that I wouldn't even think about that I wanted it, but I want some.
I appreciate that. We do get like, so half the time you speak to someone and they'll ask what you do, and then you say what you do, and they'll say, "Oh, did you do like Jeremy Lynch or whatever name they come out with?" And so normally people have seen it somewhere, which is pretty cool. When you're out and about,
it's power of the socials, isn't it?
Yeah,
unbelievable. But hats off to you, mate.
Yeah, thanks for coming on.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Yeah,
thanks for having me.
Yeah, no.
So if everyone wants to find you, what's the socials and website?
Yeah, so on all socials is at Garage Style Ltd, and the website is garagestyletd.com. Yeah, Instagram's probably the best one to check out. That's where we're most active.
And look out for your podcast coming soon.
That's it. Super. We'll have you guys on. Return the favour.
Thanks very much, mate.
Nice one.
Cheers, Harry. Thank you.